(8:02 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 20:02 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1945 updated at 7:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6:48 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1848 Jeff Bezos accuses National Enquirer owner of blackmail. Sam Levin. Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos has accused the owner of the National Enquirer of extortion and blackmail, in an extraordinary blog post alleging that the tabloid threatened to publish nude images of him. The world's richest man, who also owns The Washington Post, published a lengthy Medium post on Thursday, accusing American Media Inc., AMI, which publishes the National Enquirer, of telling him, "They had more of my text messages and photos that they would publish if we didn't stop our investigation." Bezos, who recently became the subject of tabloid fodder after he and his wife announced they were divorcing, wrote that he had engaged investigators after the National Enquirer published his intimate text messages a few weeks ago. He said he was seeking to determine the motives for the many unusual actions taken by the Enquirer. More to come. Updated at 6:49 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1845 Jared Kushner is heading to the Middle East this month, Politico reports, to plug his new peace plan. While details have not been released, the plan is expected to include economic proposals aimed to bring incentives and opportunities for Palestinians, which have been in the works for the past 2 years. He will spend a week at the end of February in Oman, Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and the United Arab Emirates, joined by officials from Trump's Middle East envoy and the State Department. Per Politico, part of this is intended to show they're really serious about presenting something, said Dennis Ross, a veteran peace process negotiator. "I think the key is going to be Arab leaders being persuaded that the overall deal, not just the economic side but the political side, looks credible to them. The incentives would have to overcome Palestinian hostility to Trump's overtures, particularly since the Trump administration last year moved the American embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem, which the Palestinians do not recognize as Israel's capital." The White House also evicted the Palestine Liberation Authority from its offices in Washington, D.C., last year as retribution for the Palestinians' refusal to enter into direct talks with the Israelis. 6:22 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1822 6:13 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1813 updated at 6:14 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5:56 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 17:56, 5:38 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 17:38 5:14 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 17:14 Emily Holden and Lauren Gambino report from D.C. The Green New Deal pioneers on Capitol Hill insist they have support for the radical plan from Democratic leadership, despite comments from House Leader Nancy Pelosi calling it the Green Dream, and noting that the sweeping plan is just one of many proposals for combating climate change. The resolution unveiled by New York Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Massachusetts Senator Ed Markey this morning has at least 60 co-sponsors in the House and around a dozen in the Senate, according to the authors. The Republicans are on board. Supporters include a handful of presidential contenders, including Cory Booker, Kamala Harris, Jeff Merkley, Bernie Sanders, and Elizabeth Warren. Lawmakers were still signing on today. The plan calls for fighting inequity with a huge investment in cleaner energy and aims for a carbon-neutral economy within 10 years. Asked at a crowded press conference about Pelosi's comments that the resolution is a green dream, Ocasio-Cortez said it is a green dream, because it is so ambitious. Markey called Pelosi an original climate change champion. The speaker later said she was very excited about a Green New Deal and welcomed all the enthusiasm surrounding the proposal. Pelosi has named members of a climate change select committee, and Ocasio-Cortez is not one of them, but she said that was by the freshman lawmaker's choice. Ocasio-Cortez said the committee will investigate, while lawmakers on other panels will work on legislative solutions. The U.S. over time has contributed more greenhouse gases to the atmosphere than any other nation, and Ocasio-Cortez said it is obligated to lead on climate change. Senator John Barrasso, a Republican of Wyoming, called the plan a socialist manifesto that would take our growing economy off the cliff and our nation into bankruptcy. The official response from the National Republican Congressional Committee, NRCC, was simply, "Lol." For more about the Green New Deal, 4:57 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 1657 Summary. Virginia had yet another top politician in a blackface scandal when it was revealed that the state Senate Majority Leader edited a yearbook with blackface pictures. The outlines of the much-touted Green New Deal were introduced on Capitol Hill today by a number of Democrats, including freshman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. The nomination of William Barr to be Attorney General was advanced by the Senate Judiciary Committee on a party-line vote. 4:49 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 16:49 4:39 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 16:39 4:32 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 16:32 4:09 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 16:09 updated at 5:25 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 3:55 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 15:55 3:37 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 15:37